back to Studio Lou. It's Cindy. I know it's been a few days since I made a video, but happy holidays. I hope you had a really good break. Hopefully you're still on break. I have been busy over the holidays, so that's why I haven't really been making a video, but I'm coming back today to these Indigo journals that I was working on. So I was actually working on a few other things during the break. I have a bit of a secret January kind of project that's happening. And today I'm hoping to get these journals, these Indigo journals started here. So I have already gotten the signatures. Now I'm just looking for, I want to cover this in, I want to decoupage it with this really beautiful napkin. So that's what I'm going to get started on. I've done some of the ephemera. So there's a few journal cards here, these little birds, and they're very blue. And then a couple of tags, some pockets, and then some larger journaling cards. Yeah, so that's what I've gotten done so far in the ephemera. The two journals have their signatures cut and ready to be put in the books. So this one will have 3, the other one will have 1. So now let's just do this. So my interesting idea that my husband and I did for Christmas this year was to do Thriftsmas. So all of the gifts, well, not all of them, but most of them, we made an effort to try to do most of the gifts from the thrift store this year. And there were a few reasons. One, we just didn't want to like support big mass huge retailers, and that's kind of who's open. And then, you know, we did do a little bit of like local and independent shopping, but we didn't want to sort of go huge with the gifts this year. It's just, I don't know, we just didn't feel like it. So we wanted to try to do something that was more of an activity. So that's what we tried to do. And we're very lucky because we have some thrift stores that aren't really your kind of well-known run-of-the-mill thrift stores, so they're very quiet, and they also have very good safety protocol. So we were able to do that, and that was nice. And so let me show you one of the things that I got. So this is probably the most impressive of the Thriftsmas gifts. Not created by me, but totally, entirely restored by my husband. So these are Dressmakers Shears from probably about the 1870s. And when he found them, they were 100% rust. There are some pictures that he showed me where like everything from the handle to the tip are just complete rust. This brass fitting was all rusted. They wouldn't really open. They were completely, they probably sat in someone's shop and been like shop scissors for a few years based on all of these sort of tooling and machining wear marks. He also painted these handles this beautiful green, and the paint has this lovely industrial kind of rubbery feel to it. And then this little belly button kind of thing. So somebody had like sheared the bolt off that goes through here and then done some kind of like a modification to try to make them work, but it didn't work well. So my husband had planned to just put all new hardware through them, but actually you can't, because these scissors require this particular fitting or else they don't fit together properly. It's this weird, you know, kind of thing. They're built for this. So he had to like completely finish this, and he didn't have a vise, like we don't have a vise set up or anything. So he did a lot of this probably took him like 40 hours of restoration work and just commitment to this project and really hard work. So I knew he'd been working on something, because every time I was downstairs making a video, he'd say, tell me if you're coming upstairs because I'm going to be working on something. And so I said, okay. So anyways, these are for a right-handed tailor, dressmaker, and they have an incredible hand fit. I can't even explain how lovely these are. Yeah, I don't know, this is really cool. This is really cool. Like, I just love them. I love how your thumb just lies on this this piece here, and yeah, they're amazing. They work. They cut paper. They sort of cut fabric. He sharpened them for many hours on a whetstone, but this is the kind of thing that would actually require so much more sharpening, probably hours of sharpening to get them to their original state. So he spent a lot of time on these, and I'm really happy with them. I think it's a beautiful gift, and I'm very thankful. So yeah, that was the coolest probably. So anyhow, I will move on though, because we're here to get some work done. So let me see how we want to do this. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to do it this way because we lose more of the hummingbirds. So I think I'll actually do it this way. Yeah, I think I like that. So what I'm going to do with this project is just, you won't see this. It's going to be covered in fabric. So I'm just going to cover the part of the book that I want to lay the napkin on with Mod Podge. So we're just going to start up in this corner here. And today, I apologize, I have to be a little mindful to try to stay, oops, we have a gloop, in frame. I just got a new phone, and I haven't figured out yet how to sync it to my filming camera. There's some instructions online that I have to take a look at. And I apologize if my voice seems a little gravelly today. It's definitely dry air. Winter always gets me. The dry air always makes me feel a little ugh. Even though I do sleep with a humidifier, and you have to be careful with humidifiers. You have to keep them very clean because you don't want any kind of mildew or anything like that in them, and I have to clean mine. So I did not sleep with it last night, and I can definitely tell the difference. Definitely makes a big difference. But you don't want to sleep with a dirty humidifier and be breathing any kind of mold or mildew particles. Okay. So it's a rainy day here today. We had lots of snow yesterday, which was nice. It was kind of mild. We went out for a little bit, but just on a little drive to my office, I had to pick up a couple of things, and I like to go in on the weekend when I know there's absolutely nobody there, because I don't want to see office people. Nothing against them. I have certainly conditioned myself to feel very uncomfortable in indoor spaces with other people. It's just part of this this time right now. I think maybe I'm going to change the original plan here. Very last minute change, but I'm going to pull. Actually, I got to pull it down a little more again. This is the tricky part, doing this correctly, because I don't want the logo on the bottom. Where's my... It is. Just going to give it a little gentle tug. Yeah, I'm changing up the idea a little bit because I don't mind the edge of the wing of the bird there, but I don't want the entire upside down bird, I don't think. I think where it is, it'll just kind of blend in with all of the flowers. This is so tricky. Okay, I don't want to mess with it too much here. Okay, now I'm just going to grab my sandpaper and see if I can and I'm not worried about the middle because it's not going to be visible up to this point. I can actually just tug that right off and not worry about it. Whoops. See, very, very, very tricky. Okay, there we go. Break that corner. There we go. Okay. Get this all out of the way. And I'm just going to pause you while I clean up my glue. I'll be right back. Okay, so while that dries, I'm going to put the fabric over my little spine guide here. So I need to decide what fabric I want to use. So this fabric's not going to be super visible except on the sides of the book. So I don't want to waste like a really beautifully printed fabric. Like I don't want to use anything like this because it would be in the center and you wouldn't see that. This one isn't quite long enough. Oh maybe, hold on. This might be the one actually. Let's see if we lay that down. That is exactly what I need. Exactly. And I don't mind using that one because you will actually see some of the printing on the sides of the inside of the book. So I'm gonna lay this down, then use my fabric glue. And I haven't done my holes yet where I'm going to put my 3 signatures. I'm going to just lay this down first. I measured it against the spine of the book, which is why there's some wet gluey napkin stuck to it, which is totally not a problem. Okay. And I'll just lay this on here pretty well in the center. Flip it. And this Fabri-Tac's going to be a little bit wet, so I don't want to get it on my fingers. I'm just going to use this old card to smooth it over. And then I will let that set aside. So that's what's going to go over the inside of my spine. Okay. So then we have the For the one journal, the book, The Tales of the Decameron, I saved these pages. There were no images in the book, but there is this title page and then this book plate. So the book plate is the one that I want to use the most. This is just a nice piece of the front of those more kind of firm papers. So this is copyright 1930. So I'm going to make a journal card, I think, with this. Now I just have to decide how I want to do that, what kind of paper I want to back it on. So these are all I have all these supplies set aside for this journal. Most of the scrapbook offcuts that I have, I think, are too small. Yeah. So let's see what this might look good on. First I'm going to rip it down to size, the size that I want it on the paper. Oops. Not quite where I need it. There we go. So I'm anticipating doing quite a few artsy kind of projects over the next month because we are in lockdown for 28 days, starting on Boxing Day, I guess, at midnight. So yeah, I've got about a month of not really being able to do a whole lot. I'm just going to continue doing what we'd always been doing. It's not a huge difference for us other than not being able to go like to the thrift stores or to I guess that's it. That's really all we were doing. That's about it. We weren't going into a lot of other places. Maybe. Oh, I like that one better. Too busy. Well, that's actually kind of nice. It's like a nice muted. Yeah, that's muted. That's good. So it'll be this one. Then, what is this image? That's kind of cool, actually. So I was thinking I'd put some kind of an indigo image here if this one wasn't very nice, but I actually quite like it. It's nice. So first thing I'm going to do, I guess, is just maybe ink around the edge of this a little bit with this indigo color. So this is Stampin' Up! Dapper Denim, and this is a thrift store find. I don't even know if they sell like Stampin' Up! Products in Canada. I found, like, you know, there's not actually any kind of scrapbooking stores in Canada that I'm aware of, because like scrapbooking is gone now pretty much as a culture. I don't think people are doing scrapbooking really a whole lot. I could be wrong about that, don't quote me, but I don't see it as prevalent as it once was. And I see a lot of scrapbook, like books at thrift stores, so I feel like it kind of went through this phase. But like we don't have those stores like Tuesday Morning and stuff like that, so we don't have any of that kind of stuff here. So now I will put glue down on the back. I'm sad to lose the copyright on this, but that's okay. You can't always have everything. So I think when the world reopens, the kind of shopping that I am going to do when I'm traveling, especially in the United States, will be for paper supplies and things like that that I can't get here. Like, I don't need a whole myriad. Like, I'm not doing scrapbooking. I don't use a lot of stuff, but I'm just interested in like interesting paper or maybe some interesting punches to make like utilitarian things. Okay. So now we'll lie this here. I think I want to give it about that much border. It's down. Then I also got a few other nice supplies for journal making for the holidays. I got a few nice vintage books, and I got a new paper cutter, which is good because I needed those. And I also got some nice new detail cutting scissors. And now I'm just going to back this with cardstock to just thicken it up a bit. Glue it to the glue book. And the Thriftsmas gifts that I found for my husband, completely not as like overwhelmingly cool as what he found for me, but to be honest, I am so much easier to shop for than he is. Like, unless you can find really cool like records or I don't know, like certain things like that appeal to his hobbies or his interests, it's kind of hard. I mean, granted, but his hobbies are a little like less stuff heavy, I guess. I don't know. He doesn't need like supplies to make things really. He doesn't need that kind of thing. So I always look for, you know, books or albums or something, but I found one cool book because we're sort of antique and vintage nerds, and I found him a cool book about the history of pinball machines, and it's a cool book that was published I think in the 70s. It's really neat. And then I found, like, he likes weird kind of antiquities too, so I found this vintage, like, it's not a game, but it's kind of an accessory to a game. So they're like these little round card holders. They're shaped kind of just the round, and they're 4 different colors of plastic, and they're for holding like your excess cards. I'm gonna put this on the back maybe. Your excess cards. It's thicker. I like that paper better. For when you're playing a card game that requires like a lot of cards. So he jokingly said, like, this will be for playing Uno with all of those pick up 4 cards. And I was like, yeah, perfect. So I got that. And then I found this really beautiful old glass sort of oval container with a really lovely silver lid. And I bought him some shaving soap and a new shaving brush. And I figured it would be like a nice kind of glass, like wet box for keeping all of his shaving stuff in. So that is nice. And then I don't recall if I found anything else thrifting, but I did get him a few other things. So got him a nice box for his watches because he's a watch collector. I didn't find any good vintage watches, sadly. That's more his thing than mine, though. I always think I've found something really cool, and then I show it to him. He's like, oh yeah, well, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not, it's just not as cool as what I thought. So, or it is, but it's just not his style, or it doesn't appeal to him in the same way. There's a lot of interesting watches being made right now, like more modern ones by there's a company called Tokyo Flash, which makes sort of interesting reproduction watches, but I think he's more about just really stylish watches that are actually from the decade they try to be from. So, okay, so we backed that with the original nice patinaed paper. It's nice and thick now. I like these bigger cards to be a little thicker. And I think what I'm going to do is just tear around the title, because I'm just kind of paying a bit of an homage to the book that I'm using with this piece, but it's like not really involved in the Indigo theme of the journal. And even then, the journal doesn't have a particular theme. It's just indigo colors with, you know, some references to indigo. So, so I'm going to use that same ink to just go around the edges of this torn bit, just to give it a little emphasis. And I have a few blue inks, but this one particularly is really nice because it's very actually indigo. Though I don't need everything to be indigo in this book. I'm using all sorts of different blues. I know a lot of people are doing like blue and winter journals, funny enough, right now. So I guess one way or the other, I am swimming with the stream of other journal makers, but just in a slightly different way. Okay. Let's make sure we're right side up, and we are. Do I want it at the top or at the bottom? I'm going to go top this time. I always put things on the bottom or in the lower right hand corner, and there we go. Just kind of smooth it over. Then, do we want to maybe just make the edges rounded 1/4 inch? Let's see. Oh, this punch needs to get cleaned. My goodness. Yeah, that's good. Just 1/4 inch. And then I will run that through my sewing machine with some nice navy blue thread. Let's see how quickly I can clean this out. Ugh. I really dislike having to clean this thing. Mainly because the only efficient way to do it, truly, is to just kind of tap it like this, because it doesn't like to let these little guys go. It really doesn't. There we go. That's pretty good. Yeah. I just have to, just pardon me 1 second, guys, while I'm off camera slightly. I just have to put this little cover back on. Not that I'm convinced that it actually serves a purpose. I don't really think it does. Which way does it go? This way or this way? I think I've seen people using these and they just take this cover right off. But I don't know. Does it matter? Does it do anything? I can't remember which direction it goes. This way, I guess. Okay, this is an off-camera job, maybe. Let's see. Why don't you want to cooperate with me? Oh, here we go. I'm putting it on the wrong direction, I think. Do you ever just get like into doing something like this that's totally not necessary, but you're like really just really trying to do it anyways? There we go. And we did it. We did it. That was an unnecessary waste of 45 seconds or something. Okay, there we go. So that's that, and I'll run that through the sewing machine. Now I can take a look at what I'm going to need to do with these. So I definitely want to sew a bit of fabric on the edges of some of these, or like laces. Like I have all sorts of beautiful blue laces, and so maybe I will sort out which ones I want to do. Or, because I'll do sewing off camera, maybe I will just see if there's a page that I can decorate or update here. So this page definitely is going to need work before it goes into the journal. I wanted to see something. I have this indigo marker and I wanted to see what does it look like if I try to kind of paint with it. Does it look a little amateurish? Let's just do it on here. So I don't want it to look like amateurish. But this is actually kind of the perfect spot to experiment with this, because I can cover it if I don't like it. So that's mostly covered. Then if we were to take a piece of scrap paper and then just kind of rub it a little. It's actually kind of neat. Now I can still see the text there though, so I think I still want to put something there. How long is that? That's the whole strip. What would I want to put there? I have this little thin trim, but it sort of seems like it would be very tedious to like lay this down. So let's not do that. I have some scrap here and I was thinking of just maybe we'll trim this. It's going to rip like a strip here. And that could go sort of like that. Yeah, a couple of those, that'd be kind of cool. And it would give you some like different writing space if you wanted to kind of journal on something a little less busy. So let's glue those down. Then I have to decide what to do with the unusable side of this paper. Oops. So, yeah. A little further over than I had been before, but that's fine. This is the indigo dyed paper that I made. Oh, let me get this page up. It's too messy. Okay, that's that. This side I think is fine as is. So I like that. Now we have this, and this is ugly. So what do I want to do with this? I just want to completely cover it, I think. And I want to do it with something that can be written on. Light enough and also large enough. So it might be good for one side. I think I have a couple of those pages. Hold on. Somewhere. Here we go. Like that. So let's just tear this out. My husband made blueberry muffins, and after this video, I'm totally gonna have one. So I'm just gonna finish this, get on there. This one page here. So that's one. And this one. These images are macro photography of a really beautiful blue flowers. Just got some of this scrap white paper. So I have to do, I'm probably going to do a video of just kind of like a calm sort of crafty session of making some scrap ephemera, because I have so much scrap, it's not even funny at this point. I need to like really clean it up. It's gotten a little out of hand. My scrap bin is overflowing. I have like a one of those fabric cubes from grocery stores that I use for my scraps, and it is full. And I thought, honestly, I thought about recycling the whole thing, because a lot of it's like magazines. It's not like super high quality scraps or anything like scrapbooking paper. I mean, some of it is. And I thought like it would be nice to start fresh for 2021. But what I think is it would be nicer to first just use what I can, go through and use stuff. And so I'll probably do a couple of videos of just like mass making in that way. I also am thinking about cleaning out my apothecary cabinet that I have, and filling it up with a few of the drawers anyways, with pre-made like things that I make ahead of time for journals, like especially like with nature themes, like pockets and, you know, stuff like that, so that I have some kind of grab and go things from when I am making a journal. Okay, so now we just want to tear away the excess paper on this side. I think I can tear some of it. I might have to cut some of it too. Yep, that's fine. Okay. And I've gotten a lot more kind of like industrious about hinging papers together that are too small for my journals, and like, you know, really just gluing down like larger pieces of paper together. Like it's actually working out really nicely to do that. So if you have a page that's too short for your journal and you just want to hinge it to another one, oops, there's a little piece of that gluey napkin. Okay. Just kind of work out these little wrinkles. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So that gets us to page 2 is done. This page I use because it is Henri Matisse and it's nice blues, but this side of the page I don't really like it as is. So I think that'll be the next one that I will choose to change up. But I think I need to check our time here. Yeah, we're getting to be about time. So let me end by just showing you the things that I got for Christmas. Just for the fun of it. So I got 3 books. I got this one, Ginny Gordon and the Mystery Old Barn. And it needs some loving for sure. But like, look at the end papers. They're so cute. And the pages themselves are blue and they're really nice and patinaed. I think, yeah, there are some pictures in these books. And it's really nice. It's, let me see if I can find the year. Uncle Frank and Aunt Mary, 1956. Merry Christmas to Ian. How funny that it's like being given as a Christmas gift, and now I'm getting it as a Christmas gift. Oh, here we are, MCMLI and MCMLIV. Oh gosh, I don't know, guys. It's not long enough for me to know. I don't know. Oh, but look at these pictures. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do the thing where I put like a Roman numerals guide beside my desk because I can't remember them anymore. I used to know them. Like high school, I was like the Roman numeral king. I knew all about this stuff, but no. Other things have since moved into my brain, you know? And then I got this companion library, A Wonder Book by Nathaniel Hawthorne, illustrated by Dick Kufari, a classic retelling of the most famous Greek myths and legends. And on the back of it is Edward Lear's nonsense books. Let me just pull this sticker that's actually not even from our thrift store, so it's some other store sticker. So I guess it's like a double book. Nonsense books, famous funny verses. That sounds fun. Oh, that's nice. Cool end papers. And then like this is, oops. This is cool. So it's like the owl and the pussycat. I guess there's, yeah, nice like little plate pictures. Very cute. Wow, look at this one with the grasshopper. There was an old person in black. A grasshopper jumped on his back. When it chirped in his ear, he was smitten with fear. That helpless old person in black. Really cool. And then I got this one, What Katie Did by Susan Coolidge rather. To Little Jen from Mana, Christmas 1978. These are so cute. So this is from 1972, the book itself. And it's got nice, like, patinaed pages. It's actually a really nice size, too. So, yeah, that will be a fun journal. I like this one's kind of tongue-in-cheek. I like it. So those are the books that I got. And then I said, I want a small portable paper cutter. And I got this one. It's really wonderful, and it works very well. So those are my kind of journaling supplies. I did get some other things like random paper and that kind of thing. I also got a laminator, which is pretty cool, mostly for my homeschooling stuff when I want to laminate cards and things. But anyhow, I'm just rambling now, guys. So anyways, I'm going to go and wash these inky fingers and have a blueberry muffin. And I hope you have a really wonderful day. I will be back soon. I have some fun stuff planned as we prepare for the new year. And I hope you all have a lovely day. All of my social media information is down below. Subscribe, like, comment if you find you're having fun here with me. And yeah, take care. Thanks.